Hi everyone. So for today's discussion, we will be tackling or we will be discussing the forms of punishments. But before we go there, let us know first what is punishment. Okay? So punishment is the redress or the reparation that the state takes against an offending member of society that usually involves pain and suffering. So, itong punishment guys, in Tagalog, parusa, ito yung ibinibigay sa atin ng ating bansa or ng ating government pag tayo ay lumabag sa mga batas na meron tayo dito sa ating bansa. Okay? So, yung mga parusa, mga punishments na ibinibigay sa atin is meron yung mga forms. Meron tayong mga different forms of punishment na pwede nating makuha pag tayo ay lalabag sa mga batas. So, meron tayong ancient forms of punishment, yung mga punishment noon, at mga contemporary forms of punishment naman, yung mga ginagamit natin ngayon or meron tayo ngayon. First, let's know muna kung ano yung mga ancient forms of punishment. So first, we have the death penalty. Death penalty is affected by burning, pagsunog habang ikaw ay buhay pa, beheading, pagputol ng ulo mo, hanging, and other forms of medieval execution. So, dati sa unang panahon, in the ancient times, kung ikaw ay nakagawa ng kasalanan or lumabag sa mga batas nila noon, and medyo grave yung ginawa mong offense, ang pinaka-common nilang ibinibigay is death penalty. Ang death penalty is ini-execute nila either by burning, by beheading, hanging, and other forms of medieval executions. Next is the physical torture. Physical torture is affected by maiming. When we say maiming, ito yung babalatan ka ng buhay, tatanggalin yung mga skins mo, yung outer layer ng skin mo. So, tatanggalin. So, that's maiming. Mutilation. When we say mutilation, ito yung puputulan ka ng parte ng iyong katawan na hindi naman magre-result into death. Next is whipping, yung pagpapalo. Kung napanood nyo yung movie, about kay Jesus, pinapahirapan siya, kung mapapansin nyo doon is pinapalo siya ng pinapalo sa likod na nagre-result into multiple wounds, Yun ay isang form of physical torture, Isa yung form ng punishment noon. And other inhumane or barbaric forms of inflicting pain. So when we say physical torture, ito yung papahirapan ka, sasaktan ka physically. Okay? Na hindi naman magre-result into death. Okay? Next is the public humiliation. It is putting the offender into shame, ipapahiya ka. Pag ikaw ay nalaman or nahuling lumabag sa batas noon or sa mga patakaran nila noon, is ipapahiya ka, Yung lahat ng forms of punishment noon ay kinakandak nila or ini-execute nila in public, Para yun mapahiya ka, at para na rin magsilbing aral sa ibang tao na huwag kang gagayahin. So that's public humiliation. And lastly, banishment or exile. It is the sending or putting away of an offender which was carried out either by prohibition against coming into a specified territory such as an island to where the offender has been removed. Pag ikaw ay nabigyan ng parusang banishment or exile, ikaw ay ibinaban na. Ibinaban ka ng bumalik dito sa isang specific territory. Papaalisin ka dito sa teritoryong ito at hindi ka na pwedeng kailanman bumalik dito or tumapak sa lupa sa teritoryong ito. Kuha? Okay. So those 4 guys are the ancient forms of punishment. So merong iba dito na ginagamit pa rin natin ngayon sa makabagong panahon pero minodernize lang natin. No? Later on malalaman natin kung ano yung mga punishment or mga ancient forms of punishment na ginagamit natin hanggang sa ngayon. But with a twist of modernization. Okay? So now, let's go to the contemporary forms of punishment. No, for the contemporary forms, when we say contemporary, no, makabago. Or ito yung ginagamit natin sa panahon ngayon. So first, we have the imprisonment. It is putting the offender in prison for the purpose of protecting the public against the criminal activities and at the same time rehabilitating the prisoners by requiring them to undergo institutional treatment programs. No? Imprisonment, no, ito yung ibinibigay sa atin kung tayo ay napatunayang lumabag talaga sa batas. No, ikukulong tayo, no, in a way na para maprotektahan yung ibang tao from us, no, from the danger or from the threat na pwede nating ibigay sa ibang tao. And at the same time, ikinukulong din ang nagkasala sa batas para na rin siya ay ma-reform o ma-rehabilitate, no, babaguhin siya, aayusin siya sa loob, no, hoping na paglabas niya pagkatapos ng sentensya niya sa loob, no, pagbalik niya sa community is maging mabuting tao siya and maging law-abiding citizen na. Okay, so that's imprisonment. Okay, second is parole. Parole is a conditional release of a prisoner after serving a part of his or her sentence in the prison facility. So let's say term of imprisonment mo is 10 years. So, pag ikaw ay nakapag-serve na ng 1/3 ng iyong term of imprisonment, no, let's say ang 1/3 ng 10 years is 4 years. Kung ikaw ay nakapag-serve na ng 4 years sa loob ng kulungan, so maaari kang palayain conditionally, no? Pwede kang maging under parole, no? So, that's parole. Third is probation. It is a disposition whereby a defendant, after conviction of an offense, the penalty of which does not exceed 6 years of imprisonment, and is released subject to condition imposed by the releasing court and under the supervision of a probation officer. So, kung ikaw ay lumabag sa batas, napatunayan or nakitang ikaw ay guilty sa paglabag ng isang batas na yon, is tapos ang ibinigay na punishment sa'yo is imprisonment and yung term of sentence mo ay not exceeding 6 years, is pwede kang mag-apply for probation. No, at kung ikaw ay naaprubahan ni court na mag-under probation na lang instead na pumasok ka sa loob ng kulungan, so sa labas mo isa-serve yung sentence mo. Okay, so habang nasa labas ka, you are under the supervision of a probation officer. So dapat nagpapakabait ka, maging isang law-abiding citizen ka. So that's probation. Next is fine. No, it is an amount given as a compensation for a criminal act. So when we say fine, this is all about monetary, pera. So like for example, so usually, no, yung mga city ordinances natin, no, usually pag nilabag mo yun, ang binibigay na parusa lang sa atin is fine, no, magbabayad ka ng specific amount. Okay? Next is destierro, no, the penalty of banishing a person from the place where he committed a crime, prohibiting him or her to enter the radius of 25 kilometers. So, itong destierro, guys, ito yung sinasabi kong minodernize na ancient form of punishment. So, kung dati banishment ito or exile, ngayon ginawa na siyang destierro, no? Destierro, And ngayon, pag ikaw ay nahatulan or nabigyan ng destierro as your punishment for the crime you have committed or you had committed, no, hindi ka pwedeng pumasok within the radius of the 25 kilometers. No, hindi ka pwedeng pumasok sa isang specific place, isang specific territory within its 25 kilometer radius, no, habang ikaw ay under destierro pa. Okay? So, those 5, the imprisonment, parole, probation, fine, and destierro are the contemporary forms of punishment na meron ngayon. So, pag lumabag ka ng batas or pag nilabag mo ang isang batas, so maalin sa 5 yun ang maaaring ibigay sa'yo sa iyong parusa. Okay? So, that's it for today's discussion. I hope you learned something.